Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering, off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler video series videos I've been doing for a little while now. Go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff and drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about the stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. Is that shit in my beard or just gray? That's just gray. Well, that's just great. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there and try food and or drink items for you. Excuse me. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammer on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck, and whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for you today, though? Happens to be my Rob Zombie shirt. Yeah. Picked this one up 2 or 3 years ago. I want to say 3 years ago. Rob Zombie was out performing with Mudvayne. It was the return of Mudvayne for their big tour. Man, it was an amazing show, man. You had Power Man 5000 was there. Static X was there. It was so, man, if you grew up in, like, the 90s metal scene, man, that was, like, such a blast of a show. And if you're unfamiliar with Rob Zombie, he is an incredible individual who's been working in basically every form of media, you know, but he's probably best known for his musical output. Sorry, there's, like, a bee that's, like, kind of hanging around and is like, I don't know, maybe I'll pop in. It's like, no, you don't, bee. But anyway, I really like Rob Zombie. I actually have some videos of his performance I attended. Those videos are on my channel in case maybe you want to check them out. If nothing else, I'd be more than happy to point you in the right direction as far as his music is concerned, because it's fucking Rob Zombie. But anyway, what am I trying for you today, folks? What are we doing here? I'm excited for this for a couple of reasons. One is because of where it's from. The other is because of what it is. Because, folks, I decided for lunch today I was going to hop on out to Boom! Aunt Tina's Kitchen. 582 West Lake Street in Elmhurst, Illinois. Oh, yeah. I just got through reviewing one of their sandwiches, and I have reviewed a number of their stuff in the past. They're a really great local spot. By the way, well, with this being a review of a local spot, this review is going to end up on my Eating Out Illinois playlist, which is a playlist for just local spots in Illinois. But, again, it's what I'm going to be reviewing, because I'm reviewing Boom! Boom! Fried green tomatoes. Ah! I have never had fried green tomatoes, but as I did grow up in the 90s, I remember the movie. I didn't actually see it, but I remember it was like a very big film at the time, and people were very emotional about it. You know, I don't know if it stands up, because again, I never saw it in the first place. But when I saw that they had fried green tomatoes, I was like, there we go. It also comes with divine sauce. Oh, yeah. So let's get a thing for the thing here. It looks like this. I'm just gonna let's try out some fried green tomatoes. We'll try them without the sauce first and give it a go. I mean, what the fuck with that crispiness, man? There's unrivaled crispiness. You just can't get that at a chain location. Okay. Yeah, I like these, man. That was dignified. That's so good. I know tomatoes can be surprisingly divisive. Some people just don't get along with them. I love tomatoes. Like, I'm actually a big fan of putting tomatoes on things. Like, I love fresh tomatoes on top of a pizza. I think it's fantastic. I love tomatoes on a burger. This might be the most tomatoey thing I've ever eaten. Like, it is just an explosion of flavor, which says a lot because tomatoes are often seen as being not that flavorful, which I disagree with. I mean, granted, if you're getting shitty tomatoes, but That is fantastic. That just hits so nice. Like, you get the nice crispy fried exterior, which is really tasty by itself, by the way. It doesn't taste greasy or anything, you know. Then you bite into it, and it's like you get this nice juicy burst of this like fresh, vibrant tomato flavor. That's fantastic. Let's try out some of the sauce. I've never had their divine sauce. Okay. Try it finger-wise first. Ooh. A little bit mustardy. But not like in a like overly mustardy way. Kind of hard to describe. Really fresh tasting. Like almost like a mustard vinaigrette type of deal. Something to that effect. Like I don't know. I can't cook worth a damn. I just know how to taste things. It's nice, it's tangy. Has a little sweetness to it, but it's definitely more tangy than it is sweet. Okay. Let's make this happen. That's really good. That's really good. I will say, I like how that works with it, because it basically takes the things that it's already doing. Because, like I said, it has a nice, fresh, sort of vibrant taste, a little bit of tanginess from the tomato itself. It kind of just amplifies that. Like, it just takes that and just builds on top of it, because this is also a little bit tangy, or definitely more tangy, and, you know, got that nice freshness to it. One thing I will say, I don't think it's required. Like, I don't know how fried green tomatoes are supposed to taste. You know, this is obviously my first experience with them. So I don't know if they typically are, you know, again, tangy and vibrant and, you know, the way that these are. But these are so tangy and so vibrant by themselves that the sauce, although it's a nice accompaniment, it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't feel necessary. You know, they're already really tasty enough by themselves, but having that as an option, definitely nice to have there if you want to go over there and amp up that flavor even more so. I think for me personally, this is one of those things, like what I do when I get mozzarella sticks, because mozzarella sticks are amazing, by the way. When I get mozzarella sticks, I always get it with the marinara, but I'll go over there, I'll take one bite, dip it in the marinara, then I'll go over there and take one bite plain. That's how I would approach these. I think this with the sauce for every bite might be a bit much, but as like an occasional every other treat kind of thing. But okay. 5 things before I get at. 2 questions have to be asked though. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? Absolutely and absolutely. I don't know if these compare to the film, but if they do, then apparently that film was definitely worthy of all the praise that I remember it getting when I was a little kid. Because these are fantastic, you know? This takes tomatoes in a place where, you know, and it's a simple enough thing, right? But it elevates them. It takes what they do so well, you know, and I think we tend to think of fried food as like it makes stuff heavier, but that's not the case with these. These are nice and fresh and vibrant and just, you know, like it like encapsulates the flavor, and it just, when you bite into it, it's fantastic. And the divine sauce is really good, you know? Like I said, like, because I know, like, they offer it as an available thing for some of their other stuff, too. I'd like to try it with some of their other sides as well, but that is definitely a very tasty sauce. All that said, folks, I mean, I only have these to go off of, but these are definitely the best fried green tomatoes I've ever had, and so I'm calling them the business. Folks, when I refer to something as being the business, that means it's basically as good as it can be. You know, you can tweak it a little bit, you can do a little bit here or there, but like, fundamentally, it's pretty much perfect. And these are really great. Like, these well and truly exceeded my expectations, you know? As much as I love Antina's, not knowing what to expect going into these, you know, I was like, oh, you know. But no, man, like, just the flavor on these is fantastic. They're cooked perfectly. It's another thing from Antina's that I can go over. Going to Antina's for me is becoming increasing pain in the ass just because it's gotten harder and harder for me to choose what I want to get off of their menu because I like everything. It's a good problem to have. If I'm recommending them, though, I'm absolutely recommending these. Again, I don't know where they would stack in terms of other fried green tomatoes or how they stack against the film, but I think at least for me, man, these are something where I would recommend these to people, whether you've tried them or not, because I just think that they do such a great job. And having just reviewed a big old pulled pork sandwich from them, these are nice in that, again, it's that freshness, that vibrancy. These on a pulled pork sandwich might work really well. I don't know, maybe I'm just thinking out loud. 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your year. Folks, give themselves a truly fried green tomatoes-tastic rest of your life, be it the movie or the dish or the Antina's incarnation. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what do you do if you can't do it all the time? I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. When we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there, whenever possible, take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, how was the movie? Like I said, let me know. I mean, I think it's isn't it kind of like a dramatic comedy sort of thing, or is it more just drama? Because I think, like I said, it's a really emotional movie. I don't have anything to go off of. I was way too little when that came out to really be interested in it, and it's not by nature what seems like would be my type of film, but maybe these are so good that it'll be worth me checking them out based off that alone. Anyway,